Welcome back, chemistry fans. Today we are excited. I'm excited. I get to present to you the Rice Krispie Treats lab. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to make Rice Krispie Treats. You are then going to have to calculate the number of calories. So we could actually do this without doing the activity, but the fun part is actually making it. So let's jump into it and let's make ourselves some Rice Krispie Treats, and then we'll do the calculations afterwards. Okay, so what we're going to do to make our Rice Krispie Treats is we are going to need a pan, and we are going to go ahead and put that on the hot plate, and it's going to be at a medium heat. And then we are going to put in about a teaspoon to a tablespoon, some small amount of the butter. What I've learned over the years of doing this is that that is not sufficient enough to make it not stick. So we're going to spray the entire pan with some non-stick oil spray. And then down here, I've got some wax paper. We're going to spray that in just a second as well. Once this butter in here has started to melt, then we'll add our 4 marshmallows to the pot, and then we can start stirring it. Once those marshmallows have come to melted down to peaks, then we are going to be ready for the next phase where we add in the cereal, and then we can start the calculations. It's getting more melty. Not quite yet. All right, while we're waiting for that butter to melt down, what we're going to do is we are going to put our empty cup on this, and we are then going to tare it. So we're not weighing the cup, and then fill it with the Rice Krispie Treats. And what I've got for my cereal that I'm going to write down is 25.58 grams. So that's going to become important if we want to calculate our calories. Because if we look at the label here, the instruction, the nutritional information say that it's 160 calories for 41 grams, 160 for 41 grams. So let's write that down. It's 160 calories for 41 grams. So that's not the same. That's not the same. So that's going to cause us a little bit of problem. We also need to write down how many calories we have for the marshmallows. And if we look at the marshmallows, it says 4 pieces are 28 grams. Well, I can do that in my head. That's 7 calories per marshmallow. Okay. I'm sorry, that is 7 grams per marshmallow. So I can divide this by 4. 90 divided by 4 is roughly 23 calories. So well, actually, we're going to use 4 marshmallows, so that's okay. So we're going to put it at 90 calories for the 4 marshmallows. We're just going to discount the butter, though. We're not going to really worry about that one. That's not a whole lot of calories, so we're not going to worry about that. All right, so now let's take a look at what's happening with the butter. So we're back here, and our butter has all melted, so that means it is time to put in our 4 marshmallows. Let's get those in there, and they can start melting around, you see? So we'll stir those bad boys, make sure that they get all coated, and so that they do not stick anywhere. So we're just going to keep stirring them around. And if you keep stirring them around, they generally don't have a time to stick. If you let them set, that's whenever they will start to stick. So it's a little bit of a discipline here. See if you have the discipline to continue stirring while it cooks. While that's going, we will time-elapse this. When the marshmallows have gotten themselves down to where basically they're just a bunch of liquidy mush, they're almost like fluff, what you can do now is start thinking about that addition of the last ingredient, the cereal, into this. So we'll remove it from the heat. I will turn off my hot plate, and I am then going to add in all of my cereal at once. And it is a race against time to try and get all of that marshmallow added into the cereal. As much as possible, as quickly as possible, try and get it all stirred in. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put this onto the wax paper that is off here to my side. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to start that process of trying to get it onto the hot plate, or onto the wax paper rather. So we'll put it in here. And now I've got a mess in my pan, so I will try and get that, of course, over to the sink so it's a little easier to clean while this is starting to cool a little bit. And then what I can start to do is compact this down. So what I can do is I can start with the process of mushing it together, making it into a solid brick. And because I've sprayed my wax paper, it doesn't get on my hands at all. So here I am mushing, mushing, mushing. I'm not squishing it to break it. I'm just squishing it so it will get concentrated into some kind of a shape. And then once it cools, it will be that shape until we decide to eat it. And so there you go. So now we have made our Rice Krispie treat. Next comes the second portion of this problem is going ahead back to the math, and let's see if we can calculate what we did for the total calories. So let me adjust my camera here so that you can see where we're at. All right, so what I have is 25.58 grams, but we don't know how many calories are in that. We do know how many calories are in the marshmallows, 90 calories, but we got to figure out then how many calories per gram. So I'm going to take this and divide it, the 160 divided by 41, and that comes out to be roughly 3.9 calories per gram. Well, if I have per gram, sorry, what if I have 25.58 grams? Well, then those grams are going to cancel out. So I've just got to multiply those two values together, and it ends up, I am right at 100 calories, roughly, if we were to use sig figs. So I have created a 100 calorie treat. Bon appetit! All right. That is everything that I wish to share with you. That is what I hope that you will also get accomplished in your own work that you have from the lab experience. All right. Thank you very much for watching. I will talk with you again soon. Bye-bye.